Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and welcome to Tales Unlimited, the disturbing thought of the day. All right, near future, the U.S. government has toys. It has all types of drones and fancy guns and bombs and whatnot, but folks off the grid are making the newest tech. Like, they're making severe strides because they're ignoring laws. We're talking rogue genetics, for example, where they're making super soldiers. And Russians, the Chinese, Europeans, us, everyone's scared because they're thinking, okay, the first Captain America is not going to come from a government. It's going to come from a privately funded endeavor with some weird agenda like world domination or particular grouping of the population should rule all, or a terror cell, something like that, or a private corporation that just wants to slash the competition to ribbons. So um, multinational task forces put together to basically shut these labs down. And you're one of them. You were married, your wife dies, you have a little girl. Little girl is your world. You fight for her. And of course your country and all that stuff, your brothers in arms and all that stuff, but really your girl, she's your kryptonite. In a good way though, she's all cuddly and stuff. So, um, you go do a job, you're basically shutting down a lab, you're raiding a lab, and this is supposed to be like a big score. Multiple teams go in, bad guys defend it tooth and nail, lab blows up, a lot of people are dead. You got to within a spitting hair of the main experiment, which is like some sort of psychic super soldier, and you got exposed. And you end up under quarantine for a while. At first you're cleared, no harm, no foul. That just have like an increase in your your brain, your brain's supercharged, and they figure out, okay, something psychic about you, and they help you develop your powers. You can read minds, awesome. You can talk to people over range. You don't even need radios, man. It's awesome. I mean, they don't put you in charge of a team, but you're like the mid guy of a team, and you're actually coordinating multiple team hits, and you're loving this because you get to sit in the trailer and stay cool and stuff, right? Then you develop attack features for your powers. Like your mind is expanding, mutating a little bit, and they actually figure out how to make blockers for the power in case someone else develops it. You can actually shut them down. So in essence, you become a psychic sniper. You can kill somebody from miles away. You can stun them from miles away, read their minds, to communicate with people. Oh, you're loaned out on all kinds of ops, and they can't replicate it. Not without killing you and cutting you up, but you're like the most useful asset ever to come out of the United States government ever. And you're working across multiple agencies. And then you basically just have two simple rules. One, keep me alive, give me my, just play me straight, and we're fine. I'll do any job anywhere, fine. Secondly, protect my kid, because he's never home. Protect my kid. You have that one, that is your highest goal, even over my life. Protect my kid. So what happens? Someone grabs his little girl. So what does this guy do? He stops in the middle of the, like, he's coordinating like three different ops. He's interrogating one guy over here, and he's basically using his intel to give intel to other people, and he's doing oversight and protecting while they're about to do this other op. And he gets word that his kid's missing. He actually has a bond with his daughter, and he feels something happened to her. He feels her fear. He's like, something happened to my kid, go. And the link between him and his kid gets severed. And they're bad guys. They make their demands. He's like, okay, I'm not going to give myself up to them, okay? It's the same people who financed the research that made you. Like, don't worry, I'm not giving myself up. But understand, I'm not lifting a finger until my kid is back in my arms, safe and sound. And ooh, so now they have to put another team together, and this is a team of some of those guys were at that lab, and this is what they don't tell you. Some of them have powers too. They're not as flashy as yours. So basically, they let you go get your kid back with a team of survivors, and the guys you're running up against, some of them are psychic super soldiers too. Not just make it messy like that. Okay, I'll stop there because that's a potential rabbit hole. I can just go on and on and on. All right, I'm Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited. That's my disturbing thought of the day. Please check out talesunlimited.net. That's our website. It's where the podcasts are, two of them, the dailies. There's the Battery Daily Prompt and the Disturbing Thought of the Day. Also, there are book links. Each go to Amazon. There will be ebooks and print copies available. And there's the Battery series, for example. Think 200 writing prompts and a little wisdom on how to write a novel. It's for an aspiring novelist who keeps writing those novels, keeps not getting it done. Okay, here's a system. And if you go deep enough into the system, you can actually make money selling books before you finish your first novel. And you become a better writer along the way. It's also good for writers of varying levels of skill. So you can be a game designer, evil GM, comic book writer, screenwriter, or a novelist who's done 20 books already, fine. But there are 200 writing prompts in Battery. And if you've heard me talk about how I think, you know these Battery prompts are not normal. There's something there for everybody. Then there are the anthologies, 2 series. Well, one is called Unheroic, one is called The Book of Schemes. Think New School Twilight Zone, right? Now, Unheroic's the lighter one. It's about unlikely heroes saving the day. Something like, okay, ever since the Revolutionary War, aliens have been cutting deals with the United States, and we've been getting alien tech. And that's how we get wind that, through our alien connections, that this horrible race is coming to invade us. So what do? We set up an interdimensional bunker somewhere in Los Angeles where you can literally put in a whole lot of people, and then we destroy the world before they can invade it, because it's better to destroy the earth than to be these things hot pockets. But it gets more complicated than that. Unlikely heroes saving the day, in this case genocidal politicians. And then there's the Book of Schemes. Schemes of varying stripes, funny schemes, evil schemes, or how about this? A zombie apocalypse from the perspective of one of the survivors. Because when this zombie apocalypse starts, they're not shambling stupid undead. They're shambling thinking undead with very good aim, diabolical, and the only humans they allow to live are, well, for breeding purposes. And when they eat people, they actually get a little smarter, but not much. So, yeah, thinking diabolical zombies. I'll just stop there. And then there is the iVillain series. Think supervillain fiction, told from the perspective of Benjamin Clyde, gentleman fixer, dude in a suit. Pay this guy enough money and his mercs can do pretty much anything. 400 plus, a lot of them have superpowers or elite level expertise or both, and he'll work for any side of the law, no questions asked, until one night a deal goes bad. He has to ask a question on this one, and things get bloody when he asks, and he's forced to give up his multi-billion-dollar empire, all the money, all the minions, his status, and he's forced to fight crime as a cruel joke. People do this to him, they figure, okay, fighting crime on the streets of Pillar City, which is like fighting crime in Gotham, is going to get him killed like that. Here's the problem. He endures. Not only does he endure, he thrives. And then he realizes after saving the world a few times, there's money in this. Bad guys who are like threatening the global order, they tend to have a lot of cash. So what if somebody was to kill the worst villains, like kill them, not put them off in a prison where they get back out and come back and maybe eventually kill you? No. You kill them. You kill everybody they know. You kill everybody working for them. And you take whatever's not on fire. That's a good business model. Let me put a new team together. And he goes off and he creates iVillain. I recommend. All right. I'm Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited, disturbing thought of the day. Till tomorrow.